terminated, and your last day will be April 11th.
Okay. Well, I am sad to hear that. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. I definitely learned a lot. I'm sad to hear that, though.
I know. This is something I've been hoping that our team, since we're so small, that we could avoid. But leadership has just been pushing on this and kind of forced us into this action here.
Okay.
You know, it's nothing personal. Everyone likes you. You know, you're always friendly. You've got a good attitude. But at the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, you're just a number. That's what he wants to say. I mean, he's not going to say that, but that's what he wants to say. Well, if you guys haven't heard, the Department of Human and Health Services is laying off 20,000 people.
Wait, what?
That's right. You heard the number right. 20,000 people. Based on what they're saying that the department has gotten too bloated. It has too much extra waste and fraud and abuse, and they're trying to get rid of that by getting rid of employees. And again, this is something that I've been preaching over and over and over again. That these companies aren't loyal, that these politicians, no matter what side you believe on, no matter if you believe Trump, no matter if you believed Biden, it doesn't matter. Both of these guys lie. And one thing that people are finding out is that's true. You're on the F around and find out portion of it. These guys don't care about anything but themselves and money.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, make sure you check out my newsletter. It is completely free. How can you beat free? You cannot. Also, too, if you need any type of financing dealing with commercial properties or investment properties, I've been a lender for 20 years. That information is in the pinned comment in the description, guys. Let's jump straight into it. As you saw in the first clip of the video, you saw that even while these managers, HR, whoever the person is on the other end is laying the person off, they're still telling you you're the best. You're the best. I just was talking to the manager the other day, and he just told us, it's a shame that we got to let you go. You're going to fall on your feet. Just not here. You're going to fall on your feet somewhere else. But not here where we pay you $150,000. Not here where you said this was your dream job. Not here where you saw your best friend get laid off. Not here.
Because I'm not here to be your buddy.
It's tough. I didn't expect this. You know, when we offered you the role, had no idea how things would kind of turn with the new CEO, new CIO, and of course the new administration making changes.
Right.
And then this is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Take some time. Hope that you just continue to do what you're doing and keep working for the next couple of weeks and end on a good note, and we can be references for you. Wish you the best. And if there's anything,
I do want to throw in, I don't think that the reference portion is a good idea when you're recording. Said person who is laying you off, if they see this video, I don't think that recommendation, how could I say it, will be as organic as otherwise you may have thought it would be. Listen, I can't hate. I'm using it for content myself. So I get it.
Touché.
Listen, guys, I'm just saying, if you want to move to a different job, this again is take care of yourself and your family. If you want to move to a different job, you probably shouldn't record the firing and then use it on TikTok for hundreds of thousands of views.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I'm just saying, because if the person sees it, maybe you didn't work there?
What's this?
People have been getting laid off from government federal agencies big in 2025. And I have been sounding the alarm from the very beginning to let individuals know that based on the way that the economy is going, we need job loss to get things down, to kind of reset things. And I have been preaching this over and over and over. No matter if it was gonna happen in the private sector versus the federal government sector, regardless, there was going to be job layoffs. We saw this happening with Google. We saw saw this happening with Amazon and all the tech companies. We saw this coming. This isn't something new. This is something that the previous administration was trying to hide from you guys, telling you guys, oh, there's not that many job layoffs. And then we saw revisions. That's right, we saw revisions. 1 million people. Where did that number come from? It just didn't magically appear. That's what was happening in the background. You know, when you said to yourself,
Man, why are things so expensive in the grocery store? I don't know. Why are prices continuing to go up when I try to buy Christmas gifts? You know what? I am spending more on my Thanksgiving meal than I have in the last previous year.
when you saw the evidence right in front of your face, a lot of you guys believed the previous administration when they said, everything's good. Don't you see? Don't you see? All these places, they want to hire. I just do know that Amazon laid off 20,000 people. I do know that UPS just laid off another 20,000.
What the hell's going on over here?
Yeah, you got us. They are laying off nurses and teachers. Yeah.
Remember that? And so now we're here. We're here. Where the human health side, they're downsizing departments on the CDC, FDA. All of these alphabet companies, they're downsizing. And it's going to get worse, guys, because here's the thing that I need you to understand is just because the federal agency is getting cut, that does not include all of the other businesses behind that agency. What about a mom and pop shop? Or what about these small independent agencies that assist the government with these jobs? They're gone too. We don't have a number for that yet. We just know how much is affecting the actual jobs. The 20,000 people that are getting laid off. We know that number, but you don't have to take it from me. Let's go ahead and break down that news.
Today, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is slashing his own department's workforce as he vows to make it leaner, cutting an additional 10,000 jobs on top of the 10,000 previous layoffs and buyouts.
This will be a painful period for HHS as we downsize from 82,000 full-time employees to around 62,000.
Among the agencies affected, the Food and Drug Administration, set to lose 3,500 employees, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention losing 2,400 workers. RFK Jr. will also narrow the CDC's focus on preparing for and responding to epidemics and outbreaks, shifting away from monitoring nationwide health trends, including chronic diseases, firearm injuries, and overdose deaths.
We're going to eliminate an entire alphabet soup of departments and agencies while preserving their core functions by merging them into a new organization called the Administration for a Healthy America, or AHA.
So you see there, 20,000 employees just gone. Poof, gone. Now, 10,000 of those are early retirement. The other 10,000 are just 100% layoff. They're just getting rid of those individuals. Regardless of the fact, that's 20,000 people that will be gone from that workforce of the 82,000 dropping down to 62,000. Now, do I believe that there's going to be more layoffs when it comes to this agency? Of course. You don't think that the early retirement portion of it is going to pan out exactly like they wanted to? Of course not. Of course not. There's going to be some people in there that decide to take it. There's going to be some people who decide not to take it. There's going to be the people in there who are going to fight it. I find it hard to believe that all 10,000 of those people would 100% agree and say, yes, we're going to take that. What I believe is going to happen is after they get done with the first round of layoffs, they're going to come back for another round of layoff. Let it be 5,000, 10,000, whatever they need to do to adjust to the number that they wanted to get to. And it's going to be more layoffs and more layoffs. Again, if you believe that these guys have your best interests at heart, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you, because it seems to be this, the disease of loyalitis. It's just really out there. A lot of you guys think to yourselves, nobody out here is supporting these corporations. Nobody is out here supporting politicians and saying, I don't care what they do. I love this person. Even if it goes against, me and my family.
Don't be a fool! Layoffs suck, but what makes them suck more than they already do
is how managers tend to react to them. In that, so my company went through a round of layoffs on Friday, and my work vested got cut. And 2 years ago, I want to say, maybe a little bit over 2 years, or a little under 2 years ago, no, over, January 2023, I got laid off by a major tech company. And the thing that made it suck a lot is that my manager never reached out. Even after I got let go, and after I got a new position or anything like that, like, no one from my leadership team, like, who was above me, ever reached out, even to this day. And they stopped liking my LinkedIn posts, and they stopped, interacting with, any kind of career updates that I had. And that's what makes it feel personal. Because it doesn't have to be as personal. Like, it could just be your number, they didn't have the budget, whatever. But then when it feels like your managers or your leadership team has abandoned you as well, like outside of the context of work, that makes the whole thing feel especially shitty. And I don't really understand why a lot of managers choose to do this, because this is what they did to my friend too at my current company. What are our thoughts?
I mean, listen. Imagine being a worker. Imagine you being an employee and you saying to yourself, why did my manager like my LinkedIn post? Come on, man! This is what I'm talking about when I say loyalitis. She believes that they're family. Like, if you guys just would have told me I was just a number, it would have been cool. But you made it personal. Let me give you, I think, what did they say? The play. That's what they call it. Managers do that so you can work harder.
Damn.
Managers and supervisors will lie to you.
Huh?
Because you're not family. They'll like your LinkedIn post when you work for them. But why would they continue to say, oh, good job, when you're working for the competitor? You're no longer important to me. You're no longer an asset to my department. Why do I care? You were just a number to begin with. So when you guys say, Orlando, there's nobody out here. Watch that. Again, this person is saying, why didn't my manager stop liking my LinkedIn post? And you're telling me this person does not believe that their employer is loyal to them. She just said she saw her best friend get laid off, and it still didn't ring any bells. She just said, well, it must have been a coincidence.
They're not going to lay me off.
And then she says, the manager never reached out after I let go. Why would he? Why would the manager reach out to you after he let you go? He probably doesn't even know your name. Your employee 35682. He moved on to the next person to lay off. And look, I understand that some people will say, Orlando, it's a little harsh the way you're saying it, but it's the truth. Why do we need to keep beating around the bush for individuals who are going to be loyal to these corporations and then complain like this lady was complaining?
Grievance number 2. I take issue with the federal government for obvious reasons. For those of you who don't know, I lost my federal contracting gig because of budget cuts. And admittedly, this first one is my fault also. I owe this year federal taxes, and it's annoying, okay? And I know I should have done better, but I owe. I mean, it's better than giving the government a giant loan, right? But also, it's no fun to owe, especially when you don't have any income right now. So, I owe. That's number 1. Number 2, you already know, I am unemployed because of the federal government and, all the goings on. And that stinks. So that's number 2. Number 3, I have filed for unemployment for the very first time in my entire life. So I admit that is a big privilege there. I'm pretty lucky that I haven't had to. And I have learned that
where I reside, the state of Pennsylvania, they do not take taxes out and count that as income. So there's no taxes for accepting unemployment on the state side, but there is on the federal side. So not only am I on unemployment because of them, I also am going to collect unemployment, which they are going to take a cut of, and that's very annoying, and I'm very sad about that and frustrated and all the feelings.
See, I could break it down financially and say like, well, you know, you did that to yourself when it comes to the federal tax thing. Like you said, take no federal tax out. That's what you signed on the document. You did that. And a lot of times, listen, I'm going to say my piece on this. I believe this wholeheartedly. If you're not good at finances, you don't have your budget together, your credit is messed up, you're continuing to evolve financially. Why are you guys throwing more stuff onto your plate like taxes? Why are you saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and not take out any taxes when you know you're not financially literate when it comes to that. When you know that it's going to be more on your plate to figure out how much you owe versus having the money already taken out when you're already not that good. It's like this. It's like these financial gurus telling you guys.
Knowledge.
Hey guys, go ahead and jump on these credit card point game. Go ahead and do that.
But you got a 400 credit score. Make it make sense to me. Why are you worried about credit card points and you can't even get your score together? Why are you worried about credit card points and you can barely even budget? You got $10,000 worth of McDonald's debt and you're worried that, hey, at least I got that 4,000 McDonald's rewards points.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Make it make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. You can buy 3 Happy Meals with your points that you got, but you got $10,000 worth of credit card debt from these fast food establishments. And you're continuing to try to gain points?
Awkward. So awkward.
You got it backwards, guys. It's backwards. And here's another thing that I would like to add is that I understand that this is a crappy situation for everybody. Nobody wants to be laid off. Nobody wants to have their job at risk. Everybody wants stability. I get that. But the last thing that's going to help you is you blaming everyone else.
Pow.
Oh! That's the last thing that's going to save you. You saying it was the federal government. It was this. It was these people. It was that people. The truth is you're laid off. And what do we do from here? Did you get your credit together? Did you save? Oh, you didn't do any of those things. Oh, so is that the reason why? Is that the reason why this layoff hurts worse? You know, one of the things that I've been seeing on these TikTok videos is there's a difference between people who save and people who don't save when it comes to getting laid off. People who saved and had an emergency savings account, they're saying, oh, I'm good. I'll just use this to move on. I'll have another job in 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, whatever. The people who have bad credit, the people who never saved a penny, the people who are living beyond their means, these are the people that you see crashing out. These are the individuals that are yelling and screaming, saying, oh, it's you. It's your fault.
Say what?
So hopefully you got value out of this, guys. If you love videos like this, please sign up to the Patreon. We do more exclusive videos over there and more detailed videos. And we all know you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you into your first rental property. You'll love it. See you in the next one. Thanks.